Today, we're doing a What's in My Pack Wanda edition. Welcome back, guys and gals. Matt and Wanda back again. If you guys are new here, this channel is all about hiking and backpacking. We are Canadian. We go to some pretty banging places in the Rockies. So if any of that interests you guys, click on that subscribe button. So we're saying today, we're doing a What's in My Pack Wanda edition. We're going to rip Wanda's pack open, take all the stuff out, show you guys all the gear that Wanda carries on our backpacking trips, and then we're going to go over some of the gear for her that I carry, mostly because it's just too bulky to fit in her pack. But yeah, let's get into Wanda's pack and we'll get right into it. So the first thing you may notice on the outside of Wanda's pack is her leash. This leash here is from Rocky Mountain Dog. I believe this is called the All Mountain leash. I don't know if I'm wrong. I'll put it up on the screen here. But yeah, this is from a Canadian company down in Canmore. They make these wicked leashes here. I don't know if you can see the Rocky Mountain Dog logo. These things are sweet. It's gives me the ability to go hands-free, which I love. I'll just loop this around the waist belt of my pack. So I'll kind of like shrink it up like this, give her the whole length. It's got the little bungee, so if she gets to the end, it'll kind of, you know, like give her a little warning to slow down kind of thing. But yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you know, Wanda is as good on leash as she is off leash, but a leash is one of the most important things. So yeah, that's what we go with for a leash from Rocky Mountain Dog. And also on the outside of her pack, to have nice and handy and accessible, these are biodegradable poop bags. And her pack, this is the Ruffwear Approach pack. We've done a video on this. I'll pop up in the card for you guys if you're interested. But yeah, we are still absolutely loving the Ruffwear Approach pack. This thing is freaking awesome. The biggest thing is making sure you get a pack that fits your dog properly. That's, I find, the biggest key to getting the weight distribution down, and a pack that fits properly should be good to go. So we'll just kind of jump into what we carry on the little top accessible pockets on Wanda's pack. In each side here, she's got two little booties. Booties are pretty important for her, especially in the wintertime. That's what we originally got these for, was just wintertime booties. They're just little soft, like there's no rubber grippies on them. They're just little soft booties. I think they're from a company called Mountain Ridge. I will put a link in the description down below if I've got that wrong. But yeah, Wanda rocks her booties, especially in the wintertime. Like, she's got the most ridiculously furry feet, so she gets really bad ice balls in her paws. Don't you? Yeah, it sucks. In the summertime, where these are really nice is when I've got her out backpacking and we're in some rocky areas. Her feet can get pretty sensitive, right? Yeah, it sucks. It's not very fun. So we put the little booties on her and she just trucks away. I've tried going with booties that have the little rubbery grips on the bottom, and my dogs both absolutely hate them, so this is what we go with. Next thing she carries in the top of her pack is a buff. If you guys have seen any of my videos, you guys know I love my buffs. I like the buffs for the dog as well. I'll dip this thing in a creek and just throw it around her neck. It just keeps some nice cool water on her. Being a black dog, obviously in the summertime, she soaks up a lot of heat. So anything I can do to help keep her cool is a bonus. So she's always got a buff with her in her pack. Right, you wanna lay down? Or you wanna shake a paw? Okay, hello, nice to meet you. Next thing in her pack is a Bic Mini in a Ziploc bag. More so for me than anything. Obviously Wanda's not operating a lighter, but I do throw a Bic Mini in her pack. As you guys know, I carry a bunch of Bic Minis on me. That's kind of my method of fire starting. That's sort of my redundancy and my backup. So I just throw a Bic Mini in her pack. Doesn't really weigh anything. And that takes care of these two little kind of easy access pockets. Another thing that I will throw in here is a lot of times I'll throw my trail snacks in there. Like, I'll just stuff a granola bar or two in there. So yeah, those pockets are super handy. But diving into the main part of the pack here, and kind of one of the big keys to a dog pack is keeping each saddlebag weighted equally. So it can kind of be a bit of a pain, but I've got a bit of a system now. So if it seems like it doesn't make sense and it's really mixed matched on what's on which side, a lot of that is just me knowing what weighs what and what kind of the balance is. And then to further balance it out, when I start adding her food in there, I individually package her food. Actually, you know what? We'll go over her food right now since we're talking about it. So this is what I use for the food system for Wanda, which is very similar to what I do for my own. It is basically, hey, come here. Come over here. Come here, sit down. Sit. There we go. We're talking about your food. It's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed. You want a treat? She wants a treat. Remy wants a treat too. He's hiding behind the camera. It's impossible to film this with two dogs in the shot, so Remy's behind the camera. Anyways, back onto Wanda's food. So much like myself, I individually portion out all my meals. With Wanda, I do the same thing. I portion out a breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner for her. She eats 3 times a day, so she eats what I eat. Makes it really handy. So I basically just take these like small Ziploc freezer bags, put her breakfast portion, her lunch portion, her dinner portion. I just make sure the portions are equal, and then I just put each bag into there. So it makes it really easy to balance out the weight in her pack, because I can just flip like a food bag back and forth, whatever. Makes it really easy. But that's what we do for her food bags, and these are far from single-use plastics. Like, these are the exact same Ziploc bags that I've been using for the dog's food since I started backpacking with Remy almost 4 years ago. So yeah, these are definitely not single-use plastics. And then for eating, what Wanda uses is these little ultralight collapsible bowls. If you guys are fans of Syntax 77, you've probably seen these Fuzzles bowls. That's actually where I got the idea from them. But yeah, they're little collapsible bowls that snap together super quick. Got 2 of them, so she got her food and her water. They weigh absolutely nothing. They pack down flat. They're foldable, bendable. You can put these things anywhere. They're wicked. Next thing, one on either side. I carry these 2 little Wanda carries these 2 little 500 ml platypus water bottles. These are very rarely ever have any water in them, but I'm pretty meticulous with my trail planning, so I generally know where my water sources are going to be. And I mean, in the Rockies, most of the time when I'm hiking, if I'm not coming across a creek or a stream or a water source every hour or 2, it's pretty rare. But there are those odd stretches where you go a couple hours without water. So I do have the ability to pack an extra liter of water for her. Usually when these are full, I just stick them in my pack. I don't make her carry the weight of the water, but she does have these water bottles just in case. It is a little bit of way that we can carry some extra water if we do need it for the 2 of us. Wanda's luxury item. Now, this changes from trip to trip. This has just happened to be the toy that I grabbed at the time, because that's what she's been playing with recently, as she's locked on it. I do always bring a little toy for her. For the most part, she usually ends up fetching sticks and stuff like that, but I just feel like maybe, you know, when she's curled up underneath me in the hammock or whatever, it just kind of gives her a little sense of home, and she's got her little comfort thing. So, I don't know. A lot of times we'll bring her a little teddy bear. She's got a little Grinch that she loves, but yeah, she always gets a little toy, kind of her luxury item. In this pouch here, this is a 50-foot chunk of reflective line. It's not paracord. It's a little bit lighter than paracord. It is a 2 mil reflective spectra line. Actually, my old bear hang line. But what it also doubles as is if I need to set up a dog run for Wanda, I'll tie this between 2 trees, and then I'll just hook her leash to it. And that way she's got a run she can go back and forth on. But I honestly, I've actually never had to use this with Wanda. She's pretty much like the best behaved dog off leash. So yeah, I don't really use this a whole lot, but I do have it if I ever need it. And it's a way to have extra cordage, and I just make her carry stuff, because what's the point of taking a dog hiking if you don't make them carry stuff, right? She's a girl and she's got to look pretty. So what we have here, this we got off Amazon. It's from a company called Noble Pet. It was an extremely cheap dog sweater. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's ridiculous, your dog doesn't need a sweater. But, you know, when I take her out in the fall and in the spring, it gets a little chilly at night. I'll throw this over her, mostly just to keep her something warm on her overnight, because, you know, I do carry blankets and stuff for hers. You can probably see on the side here. But, you know, she'll get up and move in the middle of the night and knock those blankets off. So it's just a way of making sure she's got a little bit of warmth throughout the night. And honestly, it looks cute as hell on her. So I love this thing. I do bring a rain jacket for Wanda. Last thing that I want to deal with is a soaking wet dog at night. So obviously if it's going to rain, I'll throw a rain jacket on her, because she is very poofy and fluffy and she soaks up water like crazy. And it takes forever to dry her off unless there's sunlight. When there's sunlight out, she dries off fast, but yeah, it takes forever to dry her out because she's so poofy. So I bring a rain jacket for her. And with that, I do bring a pack towel, just a standard microfiber pack towel, kind of one of the medium size ones or whatever. Works pretty good. Usually 2 or 3 of these ringed out will dry her off pretty good. So I bring a pack towel. And then the last thing in her pack is 2 garbage bags. Now, same concept I use for myself. I use these as a pack liner. So I basically just take everything in her pack and stuff it into these garbage bags, and then seal the garbage bags up, zip up her pack. That way everything in her pack stays dry. So that's everything. That's what Wanda carries for our backpacking trips. Now, obviously, there's some more gear I'm going to need for her. She needs some stuff to sleep with. The issue with that stuff is it's big and bulky, so I just end up carrying it. Now, as you can see below me here, the blue foam sleeping pad. You guys have seen probably a whack of times in my videos. This is Wanda's bed. Yeah, it's just one of those plain run-of-the-mill blue foam pads you see at probably every outdoors place. You just roll that up, strap it to the bottom of my pack. This thing hardly weighs anything. I think it weighs like 4.5 ounces, so it's not really a big deal. Blanket options for at night. Now, obviously, I don't really think she actually needs the blankets, but it just kind of gives me peace of mind that I can, you know, throw something to throw over her or whatever. In the summertime, when it's hot out, Edmonton Oilers fleece blanket. For the spring and fall when I take her out, it's like the Costco down throws, but this is a synthetic one. I think it's an Eddie Bauer. I did get it at Costco, but yeah, it's a little packable throw. It's too bulky. Like, it doesn't weigh much. It's less than a pound, but obviously the bulk of it, I throw it in my pack to carry for her. My favorite piece of gear from 2019, actually, the Cave Creek Pet Palace. This was one of the most game-changing pieces of gear that we picked up. Obviously, the size of it, I'm not going to make her carry it. It's not really that heavy. It's only about 24 ounces. So I throw it in my pack and I carry it. But this is basically a fully integrated bug net with bathtub floor that encapsulates my hammock. So it'll keep her protected from bugs, but it also kind of creates like almost like a kennel feel inside. So like, she absolutely freaking loves the thing. When we're out hiking and we're sitting around the fire, when she gets tired, she'll just go sit at the entrance to my hammock, and I'll open up the door to the pet palace. She just crawls in and goes right to sleep. So it kind of gives her like a little safe place, which is awesome. And yeah, that's our Cave Creek Pet Palace. One last piece of gear, and I can't believe I forgot about it. I had to run and get it. My first aid kit. I'm not a veterinarian, but I have done a bunch of research, and I do know that most of the stuff that I carry in here will work on me, and it will work on her as well. Stuff like Benadryl, stuff like that, polysporin. I got some vet wrap and stuff in here, and some gauze pads if she ever gets any issues with her paw pads and stuff, but that's why we wear the booties, to try and minimize that kind of damage. But yeah, I do carry stuff in my first aid kit to work for her and myself as well, so I did thought I would mention that. So there it is. That's what Wanda carries in her pack for her backpacking trips. If you guys have any questions at all about the gear that Wanda carries, drop them in the comment section down below. We'd love to help you guys out if we can. As I said, this is video 1 in our new series we're going to do about hiking with dogs. So coming up, we're going to have some videos coming out about the training and stuff that we've worked on. So if you guys are looking forward to that, smash that thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys have not already. As always, I am Matty. This is Wanda. Thank you guys so dang much for watching. And we will see you guys on the next one.